Hi and good morning. Welcome. For those of you that are new, we at Grace Healing want to begin first, opening in the meditation of God's presence, recognizing first our God and Creator, and the holy protection that is afforded through YahShua, and the life-giving breath is the Abun that resides within us. So we pray first, meditate upon God's presence, and we breathe as one. Abun la bajashne con liera vasu sebiandolo como otro, alielia miela kundra vishnu yeturu. Babandro coli bieshne kelbi andre, arama cantari susisierio. Breathing deep. Yahweh, God and Creator, we offer thanksgiving for the holy gift of your presence. We trust and know that your Spirit is within us. We surrender unto the holy grace that we have been given to even know or consider the reality of your presence. For we know that there are many upon this planet that do not walk with that same gift of grace to know of your presence within. And quite frankly, I could not imagine having to walk this existence of humanity and all the things we witness upon this earth without knowledge of God's holy presence. So we breathe as one, centering in upon the life-giving, holy presence that is our God and Creator. Havlan lakma aflakan lokola bashunde, uromotora kamulieteri nikaya kutura pushnoye. YahShua al mielo matun di kelebies mesabrundra vachamundra chamun al belemuno kotorieva. And one of the things that keeps rising in my heart this morning as I engage in prayer with you is, I know we've shared this before, but it's something that continues to rise repeatedly within my heart, is the way that we've completely missed so much of what YahShua actually taught us while he was with us. Many in the church know YahShua as Jesus, yet they don't understand that his name as he walked the earth was Yeshua. And as Yeshua walked this earth, he gave us specific examples of the nature of God's love, the nature of God's power, the manifestation of God's power through Yeshua as he brought healing to people. Yet he said at that time that you will do greater things than I, as the Spirit of God dwells within you. So people stand in awe and reverence, rightfully so, of all that Yeshua accomplished, all that he did. Yet there's very little understanding of what he actually spoke and actually said to individuals in the process of how to pray. And I know we cover this in the prayer as I shared the Abun, the breath of life prayer. But Yeshua did say to us in the prayer that the church has altered to be, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. And that prayer was originally stated as the Abun Dabwashmayanit Kadashmak Newe Saibinak Akanan. And it was immediately following the words when Yeshua said, this is how you pray. And as you heard me begin the prayer today for this call, it began first in the Abun. So this is how we pray, as we first engage in the living breath of God's Spirit which resides within us, which is the Abun, the breathing life, the very life essence, that which is God's Spirit resident within. So we surrender and submit ourselves to the Spirit of God within. This is the only way that you can truly process the depths of experiences that we encounter upon this earth, which as I've been dealing with many people over these past weeks, has been pretty intense. There's been a lot of people going through some pretty intense experiences on a spiritual level, personal relational levels with others, individuals in the healing work that they do that are encountering just great suffering and deep tragedy with people, and seeing how the people are being imprisoned in that state of awareness. And this is where we come back to, what did YahShua say? To how we pray. We begin first recognizing the breath of God's presence within us. But we also hold the intentional awareness that if we surrender and submit ourselves to the presence that is Yahweh Elohim, our God and Creator, that God can form the very prayers of necessity upon our tongue. So if we see people in distress, we must return to the remembrance that God is omnipresent, God is omnipotent, and God is limitless in knowledge. What does that mean when you say God is limitless in knowledge? Therefore, He knows everything. Her wisdom is limitless. The clarity in knowing the nature of all things already in a blessed state reside within Creator's form, within God's perfect nature. Therefore, the sooner we can relinquish ourselves and engage in the Abun, the life-giving breath that is God's Spirit within us, the sooner God's living prayer will begin to emerge from our mouth, from our thoughts, from our actions upon the earth. And we must be vigilant in this, because many times we're encountered in situations upon the earth where we see people in deep distress and we're immediately moved to a place of spiritual sympathy. We're immediately imprisoned within a construct of suffrage because we see them in the spirit of sympathy instead of observing through divine holy compassion. That is the opposition. It is divine compassion or demonic sympathy. If you embrace sympathy, you become part of the suffrage, part of the problem. If you embrace divine compassion, you become the wisdom, the clarity, the living words that will come forth from your mouth for the sake of transforming the situation into a higher blessed state and a place to bring freedom to those that experience any form of suffrage, no matter how intense it is upon the earth. As many of you know, I walked many suffrages through my life, many experiences that would not be described as fun, and I find God's presence within those moments. So I have to offer thanksgiving right then to say, God, how awesome are you that you allow me to know of your presence in the midst of suffrage. So what's my calling as I come upon people that can't touch the presence of God while they're in the midst of suffrage? It's that I could surrender all that I am so that God's presence would be the one thing known for them. That if they don't hold that same grace that I've been given, because I didn't earn it, but God gave me the grace to know of God's presence in my breath, thought, words, and actions, or the experiences of suffrage that I encounter upon the earth, I encounter somebody in suffrage, it is not my place, not my right to engage in any form of sympathy or any form of empathy, because I need to be in compassion in order to extend either a quiet prayer through myself, a silent prayer for the sake of those in any form of suffrage, or words of wisdom that need to come forth for the sake of changing the situation in their immediate surroundings. Because if I hold this clarity, this wisdom, again, it is by grace, and it is my place and responsibility to surrender into that grace with absolute trust that God has the power to work through my form to bless that situation and transform it, whether it's done through silence or the speaking of living word through my tongue, or the simple embrace of drawing somebody close, or the ability to allow them to just walk out their journey in the way that they're called before God. You will gain this wisdom. It is a gift of grace as you pursue the presence of God. So, as we close this morning, this day, I pray that each of you are blessed and reminded of the power and presence that you hold and the holy gift that you actually embrace, the fact that you even know of a God, the fact that you even know of your origin, the fact that you can even know that you can return in breath and the holy opportunity to seek God's presence within you. That is a holy gift and one extended to you in each moment. So we close now. Yahweh Elohim al voces misiri futuri amen YahShua abun solo ondere veshnikia b'riam botoroa. To the holy name that is Yahweh Elohim, Yeshua HaMessiah, Wun solo otari vishmaktadru, the triune nature of our God. We praise and worship through the most blessed and holy name. Have an amazing week, and we look forward to hearing from you. Take care and be blessed. Bye-bye.